The truth is rarely sweet. It is cold and silent. The majority of men out there are playing a game they are destined to lose. They believe that constant texting, surrendering all their attention, and turning a woman into the center of their universe will win her heart. But the harsh reality is this: it does not create love. It only kills attraction. Women are not obsessed with the man who gives them everything. They are obsessed with the man who is willing to turn his back and walk away at any moment. Because true charisma does not stem from begging for validation. It comes from the self-affirmation of your own value. Welcome back to Stoic Journey. Before we flip the script, hit subscribe and leave your mark in the comments. I choose to master myself. That is not just an interaction. It is a commitment to begin your journey of becoming the man that no one can ignore. Today, we are not talking about cheap tricks. We are talking about the power of autonomy. Let's begin with the first chapter of this blueprint: shattering the illusion of servitude. 1. The beginning. Shattering the illusion of servitude. Modern men are drowning in a delirium of servitude. They are poisoned by a fatal delusion that by surrendering all attention, sending endless streams of messages, and making a woman the center of their universe, they will receive love in return. This is not a strategy. It is a critical error that executes attraction before it even has a chance to breathe. Excessive enthusiasm is never a sign of a noble soul. It is the germination of internal scarcity. When you chase, you inadvertently broadcast a signal of inferiority, that your value is lower than hers and your time is a cheap commodity. Remember, that which is infinite becomes worthless. Obsession never arises from an overabundance of presence. It only takes root and flourishes in the hollow space of absence. The grand paradox of charisma is this: women are obsessed with the man they can never be entirely sure they truly possess. A man's ultimate power lies not in his ability to conquer or persuade, but in the fortitude to walk away at any moment. In the world of Stoicism, your value is anchored from within, independent of a nod of approval or external applause. When you no longer crave validation to feel whole, and when your silence carries more weight than 10,000 self-satisfied words, you become dangerous, mysterious, and inexplicably magnetic. 2. Silent power, the intersection of confidence and scarcity. The truth is inherently cold. Women are not obsessed with the man who surrenders everything to them. They are obsessed with the man who is willing to walk away at any moment. The majority of men out there are committing attraction suicide through overpresence. They fail to realize that anything infinite becomes worthless. True power does not lie in noise. It is a silent strength. You stand tall, requiring no applause because your value is anchored from within. Let scarcity be your weapon. When you are occupied with your own mission, your absence creates the void where longing begins to germinate. Do not expose every corner of your soul too soon. Be a riddle without a final answer. Reveal yourself layer by layer, preserving a sense of mystery that forces her to invest her mind in you. And when tested by emotional storms, maintain an iron composure. A man who cannot be shaken is a man who cannot be manipulated. Consistency is the boundary between the mediocre and the courageous. Do not act like a king on Monday, only to crumble by Friday. Live with a purpose greater than love itself. Do not chase fleeting gratification. Build a legacy. When you no longer need her to feel whole, that is the moment she craves to be a part of your world. Do not be the pursuer. Be the leader. Your path remains unchanged whether she walks beside you or not. That is the ultimate charisma. 3. The architecture of mystery and strategic scarcity. Scarcity and mystery are not separate tools. They are two sides of a sovereign coin used by the Stoic man to define his own value. Never mistake enthusiasm for charisma. Excessive eagerness is merely a mask for the fear of being forgotten. In a world of noise, true strength lies in the ability to reserve your most precious assets for yourself. Understand this. Your mission must be your ultimate priority. You are not intentionally avoiding her or playing emotional hide-and-seek. You are simply occupied with the architecture of your own empire. This authentic preoccupation creates a tangible value that no words can replicate. Never be the man who stands vigil by his phone, ready to discard his plans for a mere nod of her approval. When you treat your time as a rare asset, the world begins to price it higher. Purposeful absence is the most potent catalyst for curiosity, for humans eternally crave what they cannot fully possess. Premature exposure is an act of suicide in the art of attraction. Do not turn yourself into a worn-out open book that can be finished in a single sitting. A woman's mind is an emotional radar. She thirsts for unsolved riddles and layers of depth that must be unearthed over time. Employ the mechanism of withdraw and dominate with ironclad composure. When present, be there with overwhelming energy, profound connection, and a steadfast gaze. But immediately after, retreat into the shadows of your personal goals. This void is not coldness. It is a profound respect for your own depth. It forces her to invest her mental energy, wondering, who is this man whose life shines so brilliantly even without me? Do not recount every story. Do not parade every wound or achievement. Share yourself in layers, leaving cliffhangers that make her ache to turn the next page. Mystery is only truly magnetic when it is anchored by a life of meaning. When you no longer require validation to feel whole, your silence carries more weight than 10,000 clamorous words. Remember, the man who is understood too quickly is soon forgotten, but the man who masters mystery and scarcity becomes an irresistible obsession. 4. Emotional mastery. The fortress of composure. Women do not seek a slave to emotions. They seek a steadfast fortress amidst the storm. Those tests, whether sudden silence, coldness, or sharp provocations, are not acts of malice, but instincts designed to verify your stability. They are searching for cracks in a man's character to see if he remains trustworthy under pressure or collapses like the mediocre masses. The weak man panics the moment he senses a withdrawal. He sends long, defensive messages, begs for attention, or explodes in anger to mask his fear of abandonment. The instant you lose control and allow your emotions to be led by the nose, her respect vanishes. Anchor this truth in your mind. If someone can control your emotions, they own you. Conversely, when you master yourself, you are the one leading the game. The ultimate power of a Stoic man lies in the pause. When faced with provocation or heavy silence, do not rush to react. Take a deep breath and let the stillness speak for a few seconds. A calm smile or a steady gaze carries more weight than 10,000 pathetic explanations. This composure creates a strange magnetism. It offers her a sense of security intertwined with challenge. Security because you are a stable anchor. Challenge because she realizes she lacks the power to shake or manipulate your state of mind. Learn to decouple your self-worth from the reactions of others. Whether she offers you warmth or coldness, you remain an intact entity, whole and lacking nothing. When you stand firm like a fortress against waves of emotion, you are no longer an easily replaceable option. You become rare and respected. Because ultimately, women are never obsessed with those they can control. They only crave to stand beside the man who has completely mastered himself. 5. Mastering the mental battlefield, disciplines and boundaries. To master the outside world, you must first master the battlefield within your own mind. The strength of a Stoic man lies not in his ability to control others, but in his refusal to allow anyone to control his emotions. Practice these 5 battlefield disciplines to keep your consciousness immutable. Faced with any provocation or challenge, execute a 2-second silence. This delay is the moment you transmute impulse into power. You must detach yourself from the outcome, understanding that your value does not increase when receiving a smile and does not decrease when she leaves. Even when pressure reaches its peak, maintain unwavering body language with a steadfast gaze and a relaxed posture, for your stability is the testament to your inner strength. Accept the emotional storms from the other person as a natural occurrence. You are the solid mountain, not a leaf swept away by the wind. Finally, cling tightly to the anchor of your mission, because when your life's goal is the focal point, no emotional withdrawal can shake you. True charisma is never built on blind sacrifice. It is built on standards and boundaries. A man without boundaries is merely a cheap option, easily replaced. Remember, a luxury car is respected not just for its design, but because its price creates a boundary that not everyone can touch. Your value is directly proportional to the boundaries you establish. Never give up your personal plans just for a spontaneous call, because when you do, you are pricing your own time as worthless. Establish non-negotiable boundaries. Treat your time as sacred and never cancel your goals for someone else's whims. Treat respect as a prerequisite. Calmly call out disrespect and always be ready to walk away immediately. Walking away is not fleeing. It is the most powerful act to affirm that your world remains whole without their presence. In your world, mission always comes before emotion. Work and ideals must take priority because they are the fire that defines who you are. When you respect yourself and live with boundaries, you do not need to demand respect. You naturally occupy it. 6. From chasing to leading, the gravity of purpose. Chasing is not an expression of love. It is an indictment of internal scarcity. When you chase someone, you broadcast a signal of inferiority, that your world is incomplete and you need their presence to feel validated. Women never crave those who stalk their footsteps. Their instinct gravitates toward men capable of leading their own lives. Consider the bitter contrast between 2 archetypes. On one side is the man who is always available, texting incessantly, apologizing for faults he didn't commit, and orbiting her moods like a dead planet around a sun. He becomes predictable, boring, and easily replaced because he lacks his own direction. In contrast, the leader speaks with ironclad confidence, creating deep connection, but knowing exactly when to leave before the conversation turns stale. He dictates the tempo of the relationship by prioritizing his own path, forcing the other to exert effort to keep up and earn a place in his journey. Purpose over pleasure is the ultimate magnet. A man driven by fleeting pleasures is merely a drifter, and a drifter cannot lead anyone. When you live with a burning mission, whether building a career, forging your physique, or leaving a legacy, you create a natural gravity that is irresistible. Consistency in action over time is the true measure of value. Do not be the man who is strong on Monday and crumbles by Friday. Let your repetitive patterns of behavior build trust and obsession. Remember the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. 7. Summary: legacy and natural obsession. Remember this: attraction is not a game of chance or a lottery ticket for you to hope for luck. Attraction is the direct result of becoming. We have traveled through the blueprint, a fusion of confidence and scarcity, controlled mystery, and emotional mastery. The ultimate goal of the Stoic journey is not to find ways to manipulate a woman's mind, but to achieve absolute self-mastery. When you no longer require validation from the outside world to feel whole, that is when you become most powerful. The obsession of others is, in truth, merely a byproduct of a man with exceptionally high internal value. Never become a slave to fleeting pleasures or the anticipation of a text message. Let your mission become your own obsession. When your happiness no longer depends on a smile or a response, you become free. And it is within that freedom that you become the man they never want to lose. The pursuer will always be exhausted in the loop of scarcity. The leader, the one who walks boldly with clear purpose, will always be the destination of all desire. Do not ask, how can I make her want me? Instead, ask, what legacy am I building for my life? The journey to becoming the strongest version of yourself is never easy, and it never truly ends. If these philosophies have ignited the strength within you, subscribe to Stoic Journey. This is more than just a follow. It is your commitment to the relentless training of your self-respect and your boundaries. Do not leave in silence. Leave a comment with the words, I master my mission. Let your thoughts be the anchor that keeps you composed amidst every emotional storm out there. Keep the fire of your mission burning. Live by ironclad standards rather than blind sacrifice. Salute to victory. I am Stoic Journey, and I will see you again on the path of the leaders.